Welcome back to the Fruit Logistica Media Studio. I'm Chris White from FruitNet and I'm joined here by Veljko Jovanovic of the Serbian Chamber of Commerce. Veljko, you're here for a second year, I think, at Berlin at Fruit Logistica. Why are you here?
Well, yeah, this is second year after a break of several years. We decided to come back because we need new markets for Serbian fruits because the fruit production is growing in previous years, has been growing. We are oriented towards, well, let's say all the markets in the world, since we have free trade agreements with the EU, with Russian Federation, with countries in Asia. So we decided to find future here in Germany because, of course, if you're not here, you're nowhere.
Now, a lot of the as it were, the past of Serbian fruit production was for frozen, for export.
Yeah.
And now that's still a feature, but fresh is becoming much more important for you now.
Well, fresh was, let's say, always important, but not on this market, because we produce some 400,000 tons of apples per year. Let's say in local terms we're big producers, but 98% is going to Russian Federation and neighboring countries. We definitely need to disperse that a little bit. Mm-hmm. And since the quality has been growing in previous years, we think it's the right time now to go further, and we can offer the quality and the quantity that's sufficient for some of the markets in the EU.
Is that a function of trying to spread the risk, or is it more that you've got more volume now and you need to find more markets?
I think both. Volume has been growing in previous years, not as much as we would like to see, but if we find new market, then the growers will decide to boost the production since they're capable now and they have experience in cooperating with a very strong demanding market as the Russian is. So, and the standards are, getting near. It's no longer the same market as it was like 10 or 15 years ago. So it's very similar to European standards. Sure. So it's growing. But you mentioned frozen as well. Frozen has not been recognized yet in Fruit Logistica with our producers. I know that Fruit Logistica brought it like last year, I think for the first time. We're definitely thinking about this because we're very, very present on this market, and their producers in Serbia were, for instance, exclusive supporters of Tesco and companies of those capabilities. So we definitely might see those guys here.
And I think the consumer perception of frozen food has changed quite a bit, hasn't it, over recent years? It's gone from being a lower value to a higher value item as well in certain markets.
Definitely, especially when we're talking about organic and certain standards.
Sure.
And when you're talking about organic, it's always a good story because the organic and conventional are, pretty much equal these days in terms of residues and zero residue programs. Therefore, we think that we are capable for the most demanding markets in terms of frozen fruits and in terms of not only the quantities but also the varieties.
Yeah. Now we've talked a little bit about apples, something about berries. What other product groups do you see opportunities for in Serbia, or is it just really apples and berries?
I'd say dried fruit as well. I'd say dried fruit because we have a couple of producers of mushrooms. They're doing the wild mushrooms as well, but also freeze drying as the subsector that I would say will grow in the future as well. In Serbia, we have a couple of producers that are going that direction. They're capable of fulfilling the highest standards. So we see freeze drying as part of the future, definitely.
Right. Veljko Jovanovic, it's great to have you back at Fruit Logistica, and we look forward to seeing you here over many years to come.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, join us for further coverage at the Fruit Logistica Media Studio and check us out online on the YouTube channel.